The studio itself. An artist studio, the space in which they create, can be shrouded in an aura of mystery. As an outsider, a studio might seem to be a shrine or a pilgrimage site for collectors and enthusiasts. Over time, studios develop unique and distinctive characteristics, something that can only happen when space is adapted to suit very particular work styles and processes. Artists themselves can be protective of the privacy of their studios, safe places in which they can create and experiment and fail, and occasionally, the studio itself becomes the subject. Studios can be messy, they can be elegant, they can even be outside. Studios are as unique as the artists who inhabit them and can be anywhere an artist is. An artist studio does not have to be defined by a contained structure. It extends to wherever an artist creates. Artists regularly venture outdoors for inspiration, either for preparatory sketches or to create complete works of art. Painting entirely outside, or en plein air, was popularized by the Impressionist movement. It became so commonly understood as a way of working that it has been satirized regularly, including in this print by Daumier and the etching by Colescott, imagining Audubon painting in the natural environment. The tradition of still life within a painting practice has a long history. Traditionally, they could capture artfully arranged inanimate objects, usually flowers, fruit, and dead animals, or sometimes simply a portrayal in close study of the happenstance of items seen together within the studio. Some of these studio still lifes conform more closely to the conventional still life arrangement, like Milhern's depiction of his work table and Fine's portrayal of insects in her studio. Other artists, like Carnwath, work in more abstracted forms. The Beale brothers move away from the focus on objects and examine the relationship of the objects, and even the artist, to the larger space itself. Le Prince showcases the bustling activity of his studio and offers us a glimpse into the art world of 19th century France. It is also a self portrait of the artist in his working space. The work in progress, the painting within the painting, is his Loading of the Livestock at Honfleur, a painting he exhibited at the Salon of 1824. He is surrounded by other artists, patrons, students, and art critics. Two energetic figures cross wooden swords on the stairs at the back of the studio. The Prince's students sit at easels, perhaps copying the variety of art objects strewn about, like the nearby partial cast of the Vatican Laocoon group. This work is replete with marvelous detail for the close observer, including, mysteriously, a man with a wolf's head peering in through the skylight. In 1966, Clayton Pond established his first working studio on Broome Street in Soho, New York City. He was part of the pioneering Soho community of artists that made the previously industrial lofts their homes and workspaces. Pond used his surroundings as inspiration for his early work, creating a series dedicated to the domestic spaces of his studio. The focus on the living areas of his working space highlights the multi-purpose nature of the buildings used by artists. Joe Figg highlights the artist Ellen Altfest in her studio, in both painting and sculpture. While each of these is closely observed and detailed, including both in this exhibition, allows us to note how differently the same scene translates into 2 or 3 dimensions. Figg includes these 2 works in his series depicting the studios of a wide variety of contemporary artists. His work is highly personal, as he photographs the studio, interviews the artist, and then paints and sculpts the studio space. Altfest is known for her realistic landscapes and labor-intensive painting process. She always paints from life, sitting in natural settings for days or weeks. While the artist studio remains a place of whimsy and wonder, creativity can manifest itself anywhere. Is there a space in your home that you can liken to an artist's studio? What creative activities occur in this space? With a dark room in the basement, upholstery and knitting in the living room, and the current recording studio I'm in a closet, I'm not sure if there's a space in my home that isn't a studio space. Thankfully, the woodshop is waiting for me back at the museum. How about you? Let us know what your creative spaces are like in the comments, or snap a photo or video and share them with us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Chazen Art UW. And thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more of the museum with you in the near future.